everyone, my name is Cynthia and I'm a certified health and wellness coach and a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I wanted to get on here and make this project with you guys. It's super fun and easy. I made it the other day on live for you guys and my live was so long. But I promise it doesn't take that long, so I'm here to show you today that you can do it within a reasonable amount of time and actually make a lot of these to give out to family and friends, possibly as a gift for Christmas, and they can use it all year long, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So I'm just going to change my scene. Okay, here we are. So this is from this pretty piece of paper is from our Indigo, Boho Indigo designer series paper kit, okay? So as you can see here, there's quite a few different options in this, and this paper is two-sided, okay? So there's many options. There's even some embossed, very vanilla sheets as well. And then here's the back side to show you guys. This one here is my favorite, and I love this one here because I love hearts. Anybody who personally knows me, you guys know, and you'll probably grow to learn, that I absolutely adore hearts, okay? All right, so there's all the different varieties that it has to offer, but also in this kit comes some really cool extras, okay? So there's these labels, and look, there's some flowers in here, and then there's some leaves, and these leaves are what we're going to use for this project, okay? So the one that I chose for this project today is this sheet here, okay? And then I'm using two different cuts of the Misty Moonlight. This is going to be, this cut here is 6 by 5, and this cut here is 6 by 3, all right? Also in this project, we're going to be using the stitch nested label dies, okay? We're going to be using the two largest ones. So the largest one is going to be used for the Misty Moonlight, and the second largest one is going to be used twice, okay, for the DS paper, okay? So we're going to do one on this side, and then I want to do one on the opposite side. I'm using one sheet of paper, okay? All right, so we'll go ahead and finish going over the things that's in this project. I'm going to be using inks, which I've already went ahead and pre-done for you guys. Let's see, we've got the cinnamon cider, and that's going to be used here on the vase. And then the Misty Moonlight ink is the little flower. Now those flowers come from the Boho Indigo polymer stamp set. So you can see there's the vase, the trio flower, and then the single flower, okay? And the way that looks is it comes in the clear, and then there's the die cuts for the vase and the single flower, and then there's the die for the trio flower, okay? This part here, and this is, I'm going to die cut this one with you guys. This is of the Simply Vanilla. You can see here. Okay. And that is going to be in the Tasteful Dies, which is this little one here. Okay. So we'll go ahead and pull that one out. I did that I just want to show you guys that we're going to use today is this one isn't in the original one, but today we're going to use this piece here. And I got this piece from the Forever Flourishing dies. I took two pieces of paper. After I die cut this twice, I glued it down, okay? So I just put a little bit of glue on here, and I stuck the two dies together to create a thicker piece, okay? That way it's more durable. So still from the Boho Indigo, I'm going to be using the Boho Indigo die set, and that's where I got this here. So you can see I got that from the Very Vanilla. I took a piece of Very Vanilla and I die cut it twice, and I glued it together and got this. I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer, and the way that you can do this is just see how much you need. So I'm just going to cut off a 1-inch piece. So we'll go to the 1-inch line. Okay, and then 1 inch by 2.5 sheet of the cut of the Very Vanilla. Okay, that's all the cutting I'm going to be doing because I already pre-cut everything with you guys. So the next thing we're going to do is die cutting. This machine is awesome, okay? I absolutely love it. So this is the Stampin' Up! Embossing and die cutting machine. So easy to use. So I'm just going to use the different plates. So as you can see here, I've got number 1, and everything is labeled on the plates, so you can see here. So I'm using number 1, number 2, and number 3, okay? And I'm going to put number 3 on top, and then we're just going to roll it through. This is a manual handle, and it's so simple. Okay, and there's our little cut. And now we're going to do the die cutting for this designer series paper. Now, see how I flipped it over? It's important that you line this up wherever you want it to fit, okay? Because that's what's going to show. I'm getting this cut from the bottom. Now remember, we have to cut 2 from this piece. And then we're going to put that piece off to the side. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to use the same sheet, and we're just going to die cut that again. I know it's early here. For those of you who don't know, I'm from North Carolina, but I live in Georgia, live near Atlanta. It's been warm here lately. All right, so there's that piece. So we're going to stick that to the side. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to die cut with the large die, okay, on the Misty Moonlight. And we're going to do that one time. Just make sure you get it on there and the points are within the paper margin. All right, got that cut. And this is going to be this blue that's around here. The next thing we need to do is score this in half. And we're just going to overlap this. Okay guys, using the large die, not the second largest. So we're just centering this. Just the way that we're doing this, guys, is we're leaving a gap, remember? And we're just going to put it just like this. If you have a magnetic plate, it works well also, but I noticed like when I use the number 3 plate, it goes through a lot quicker and cuts it faster. Here we go. We're gonna go. We're gonna call it a full pass when I go back and forth. I'm gonna go 3. 4. 5. Okay, we're gonna go one more time. Okay, so let's look at it. sure we got it all cut out, and we do. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, let's finish this up. So we're gonna put this large stitch nested label die back in the folder that it came in, okay? Put that to the side. All right, here we go. So I have 2 of the large ones, so we're gonna crack this. There we go. So we can separate the paper. To assemble this, we're gonna go ahead and get our pieces together. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna actually glue down the designer series paper, and we're gonna glue down this bottom piece first. Now, the way that we're gonna glue it is we're gonna bring this piece all the way to the seam here, and we're gonna center it left and right, okay? So instead of using the tear and tape, I wanna use this so that I have a little wiggle room in case it's not centered, right? Here we go. And if you want, you can put a piece of paper on this back piece so that you have a nice place to write. If you want, you could do that. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is score this. To score, you just wanna line up both of your points here and here. And we're gonna score this in half. Then we're just gonna fold this down, okay? That way we kind of get this triangle down here. See that? Okay. Now the next thing we're gonna do is glue this piece onto here. So see this area here? This is where the glue is gonna go. So you can flip it over to make sure you have the points lined up if you need to. And then we're just gonna take this black, set it here. Okay, so while that is drying, I took some granny apple green and I die cut this piece here. And then what I did was, this piece comes from the Forever Flourishing die set. So all I did was I die cut that on a plain granny apple green, and I got that granny apple green from my set. My demonstrator kit came with this granny apple green, so I thought I'd use that in this project. And then all I did was I colored with the Stampin' Blends. This is the color Light Pretty Peacock. Comes in a duo of 2. You get the light and the dark marker, and you see how I just painted on top of it with the paint point. There's 2 points on this. There's the fine tip and the paintbrush, and I just painted on top of that. Okay, let's see. So the next step in assembling your card, this is an Easel card calendar, okay? Is I've got these really cute mini calendars, okay? This is 3 inches by 2 inches, and what I did was I cut it down. You see how there's white overhang through here? I cut it down so that it's closer to the 1, because otherwise the 3 by 2 is too big for this project, okay? So we're just going to glue down the second largest designer series paper right here in the middle, okay? So I like to keep my glue away from these dots, even though it dries clear, because there's little holes stitched all the way around this, and I want it poking through. So we're just gonna center this one directly in that designer series paper, okay? feel free to like and share this video. Anybody who comments is going to win this card. Okay. This calendar. All right. There we go. So let's see. The next step, we're going to go ahead and assemble this. So what I've done here is I already stamped and we die cut all the pieces that we need for this. So this is pretty much everything that I'm going to use. I may use more or less than what you see here. So the first thing I do is I go ahead and I put my my vase on here to kind of see where I want it, right? And this is how I want it to look. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just add some glue. I'm only gonna add glue to the bottom part of this. I'm not gonna add glue to the top because we're gonna put our embellish accents there, and it'll help. We're gonna glue those down so the glue will go in at the top, if that makes sense, guys. There we go. It's coming together. This is actually a pretty quick project. You can push a lot of these out. The only reason why it's taking me a little bit longer right now is because I'm doing a lot of talking. So the great thing about this is a gift that keeps giving all year long. You can give these away to your teachers, doctor's offices, neighbors, or whatnot. You've got a kid in college. This is cool too. You can like highlight the pages if you want of the specific dates that you need. Okay. And if one of these accidentally comes off, guys, you can just glue it back on by putting a strip of glue back here. That happened to me once on one of them that I made. Okay, so see how it's coming together? All right, let's see. So let's go ahead and pick out some of the leaves that we're going to use here. Okay. I think for this one, I'm going to take a leaf from here. So we'll use one of those. My envelope, here it is. Okay, so I just want to close it up to make sure that I have that pushed down far enough, and I do, okay, because this can get put in the mail, okay? And so I'm just going to put some glue here. This is why I waited to do the glue at the top, because I knew I was going to be putting these in here. And you can even overlap on top of this because that part's not going to be seen, because we're going to put these flowers on top. Alright, I'm going to get this piece in too. Alright, we're going to put this one down in there, just stick a little glue on there. And then this one we'll have going this way. So we'll pop this one in that corner next to the very vanilla piece. There we go. Okay, so the next step, we are almost done with the glue. Let's see. We're going to glue this down on our flower. So you just need a little dab of glue here. And you just want to center that on this label. Just like that. And we're going to let that sit and dry before we add it on here. Okay, now that we're done with the glue, we'll put that off to the side, and then we're going to grab our dimensionals. And you're going to need 3 of these. 3 on this label here and 1 on the back of your flower. Using my take my pick tool, I'm just going to pick that off. I love this tool, by the way. And we're going to position these flowers on here, okay? And I positioned mine where it covers up the top of the vase and it still hangs down. See how it's kind of pouring out? Then we're going to add 3 more dimensionals on the back of that label. I'm adding 1 in the center so it's supported, okay? There we go. Okay. We're almost done. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to lift this up, okay? So that you can see where it naturally wants to stand, because this is an easel card, okay? So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to center it, but I'm not going to press down yet, okay? I'm going to center it first before we press it down. And here we are. Okay, that looks centered and straight to me. All right, so we're just gonna press that down, and there we are, we're done. Okay, so we'll clean this up, and I'll show you guys the different versions that I've made of this. So if you're here and you're watching, or if you're watching the replay, anybody who comments on this post is gonna get entered into winning this, okay? I'll mail this to you, and I'll show you that it fits inside of an envelope. So this is a, let me measure. This is the medium-sized card. It's 4.5 by 5 3/4. Okay. So this fits right down in the envelope. And see, you can totally mail this to someone. There we go. Get it down in the envelope before you go folding it. But it ships just like this. Just address your envelope prior to. Put some Post-it on it and mail it. Okay. So here we have the Boho Indigo Easel card. And it stands up just like this on a desktop or on a windowsill. And this will make a great gift to give to somebody. It gives all year long, and it's dated for 2021. So here are the different versions that I've made, okay? So here's the original that you guys saw. Here's the one we did today. I made a few of these because I'm going to be giving these out as holiday gifts. Here's another one. You see I did a solid on the background. And then here's this one. On this, I put that on the back here just so I can write a short message. In this one, you can see, guys, that I die cut the very vanilla here, okay? And that's from the Boho Indigo series as well. So they all stand up and they all mail. Isn't this cute? It's so fun and easy. So definitely give this a try. This is so simple. Anybody can make this. Anybody can make this. If you're interested in hosting a party with me, feel free to message me. But make sure that you guys are liking and sharing this post so that you can, and commenting so you can be entered into winning today's project. Okay? So this is the one here from today that you guys will be entering to win. All right. So thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope that you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.